Story of Robin Hood and the Butcher. Now, I really like this one because nobody dies. I do actually prefer the Robin Hood stories. Um, that yes, some of them have some of them have quite a lot of blood in them. This one doesn't. Well, apart from the inevitable blood that is always part of butchery. We begin at the beginning of the day. Robin Hood stories usually begin in the morning, where Robin has left the forest and is walking along the road, and there he meets a butcher on his way to market. So the butcher's cart is laden with meat ready to sell. And the butcher is described as a jolly fellow. Butchers usually are, aren't they? And they're usually portrayed as being kind of quite portly. I think the assumption is that they kind of eat quite well. So the butcher agrees to sell his cart and his horse and all his meat to Robin. I think Robin must have recently robbed someone rich because he can afford to pay the butcher a good price. So Robin goes to the market and sets up his stall with the other butchers and begins to sell. And he sells his meat at a knockdown price, something like a fifth of the amount that the other butchers are charging. So Robin sells all his meat very quickly. And the other butchers who are around him are sort of looking at each other and shaking their heads. And a kind of whisper goes through them all, saying, "He must be the son of a wealthy man. He must be a prodigal son, a man who has inherited money and doesn't really know the value of it." So the market ends, and the butchers and the potters and the people who are selling sheep's fleece all pack up their wares, but the butchers are all heading to the castle of the Sheriff of Nottingham, because it is the feast day for their guild and they have all been invited to dine with the sheriff. So a great banquet has been laid on, and they feast and they drink and they eat. And the sheriff asks Robin, in his disguise as a butcher, how much land he owns and how many animals he owns. And Robin says that he owns many acres and he owns 100 head of cattle. He owns 100 animals. And he agrees to show the sheriff where his land is and to show the sheriff his 100 fine animals. So he sets off with the sheriff, and the sheriff has with him a large amount of money. Perhaps it is money from the rents for the market traders. And Robin leads the sheriff into Sherwood Forest and says, "This is my land." And as deer appear between the trees, Robin says, "That is one of my beasts." And as he has lured the sheriff a long way into the forest, he blows his horn and summons Little John, Much the Miller's Son, Will Scathlock, and the other merry men. And they take from the sheriff the money that he has with him. Money that I like to think was the market trader's rent. And the merry men know the forest, and they can simply melt into the trees and make good their escape from the sheriff. And it was only then that the Sheriff of Nottingham realised who the strange butcher really was, and knew that once again Robin Hood had won through. As of course is the point of all the Robin Hood stories. It's not just that he wins, it's more that he outwits the sheriff. I kind of quite like that. I kind of quite like outwitting authority. I'm sure anyone who's ever traded at a market would really, really like that idea. The old Robin Hood stories, of course, are much sharper than the sort of versions that we know. So if you'd like to hear more Robin Hood stories, please do subscribe to my channel. There's lots of other stories on there, lots of Brothers Grimm stories, but I do tend to tell older versions, which aren't as sort of sugar-coated as some of the versions of the stories that we're used to. So please do subscribe, and I do hope to see you again soon. And if you're telling a story, please do have a go at telling, not just reading from a book, because it's so much more fun. Anyway, may you find your own greenwood. See you soon.